why do so many ancient gods across cultures seem to be related to water, like the Nomo or other people wearing the fish suits or the god of the ocean or the waters? What is that?
I mean, you can go down the list, obviously starting with Enki and Sumerian, but some of the top level ones like Poseidon, Neptune. But then you get into like the Toltecs and Hindu cultures. They all have these references of what appear to be some type of a god, either associated with the water, representing some type of a suit coming out of the water, or as you mentioned, an association with literally like I'm a fish god of some sort. So I think it's very interesting that there seems to be a cross-cultural story there, and maybe there's something to do with where they come from, being a watery planet. But it is an interesting segue into realizing, who are these people that are visiting us and where did they come from? We start to look for patterns of recognition. That's definitely one of them.
Yeah, definitely. And it really is incredible that you can see this pattern of recognition around the entire planet. Like you said, it's like one continent over here, another continent over here, all a very similar story, and always surrounding water, which means, what scientists say could possibly be true. If they could find a planet with water, there must be life.
And what's really interesting too, Billy, is we spin it into current topics, right? A lot of these gods that are represented look as if they're wearing like an old suit that you would deep dive. You know what I mean? And you're like, well, what does this mean? We have to understand that most likely, yes, they're doing their best to represent visitations with these creatures. What if they're from our own planet? And there's that whole other subterranean existence in our oceans that we still don't know. So I wonder recently, with things going on, right, coming out of the ocean, especially living here off the coast of California, I'm like, what's freaking down there?
Yeah.
Could be ancient gods.
We would never know because we haven't even explored the oceans. So, yeah, it's quite possible there could be some level of an advanced civilization. I remember reading one time that in Christopher Columbus's captain's log, this back in the 1400s, he wrote down in his log, which is a very important document to write. You don't write in your captain's log for just because you feel like you have nothing else to do. He wrote that something came up out of the ocean and lit up the entire night sky and flew off into the heavens. So what could that have been? Since they didn't have any light pollution, they didn't have electricity and everything else. It sounds like it could have been one of these USOs.
Right. And that's what you said earlier about connecting the dots is